Welcome, everyone. Hi. All right, so this is going to be part two for for your next 24 hours. Excuse me, 24 hours to 48 hours. Um, I did in the other video, I did leave off at Taurus. So we're going to be starting off with Gemini, and we are going to end it with Aquarius. So, because I started with Pisces, which I usually don't do, but I did it today specifically just because someone was in the room, actually, and it was my old neighbor. So I asked her what sign she was. So I figured I'd start with the sign Pisces and then go from there. Anyways, thank you guys for liking. Excuse me, I can't even talk. Mercury retrograde, guys. I know people use that as an excuse to blame it, like, because it is in retrograde right now, Mercury, but it's retrograding in the sign Libra. So what does that mean? Usually when Mercury goes retrograde, people, they say don't sign things, don't sign any contracts, because things will end up getting messed up, or during the retrograde it could be lost, things will be misinterpreted, miscommunicated. And usually for retrogrades, what you can benefit from it is whoever that you had like a significant connection with and they happen to resurface during a retrograde, it's a good indicator that the reason why they are re-entering your life, it's because really to tie up, like, it's an opportunity to tie up a loose end that previously in the past you weren't able to do for whatever reason. So you are given an opportunity to tie up loose ends with people, whether it's relationships, whether it's arguments, whatever kind of connection it is. You want to if you are saying goodbye to somebody, you want to make sure that you say it in a loving way, right? I'm a firm believer in karma, whether it's in this lifetime or my next lifetime or 3 lifetimes from now. Either or, if we do bad to someone, we are going to eventually have to face it. Whether, like I said, it's in this lifetime or not, we're going to face it. So, yeah. Instead of having to go through all that, I do suggest the art of forgiveness. It's not really for the other person. It's really for you. You don't have, just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you have to allow them back into your life. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. Forgiveness, it's a gift for yourself, not and a gift for the other person too, but mostly for yourself, okay? Because you don't want to be on the bad side of karma, okay? This just came out. So for Gemini, I don't know if I should take this. The morning star, my ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Gemini, this is what came out for you. Sorry. All right. I'm going to read this just because I want to make sure and don't mind my hand, guys. It's actually my thumb, but I do apologize. All right, what is it? A past life. Stu. Where is it? Okay, 1 second. This is Queen. Okay. There you are. 146. Okay. Gemini. Okay. Do keep in mind, guys, that time is fluid. I have to emphasize this. So if it's not resonating, it doesn't mean it won't resonate in the near future. And if it does resonate, and if it happens to be a situation where you're not liking the results or a certain outcome, you do have free will to change it. All right. So that's why it's kind of good to check in. I like readings personally because if I don't like how something is going to end up, I'm going to make sure within my own self and my own power to change how that outcome will be if I don't like it. So again, time is fluid. If it doesn't resonate, doesn't mean it won't resonate in the near future. And if it doesn't resonate, that's fine. Check out your other placements, cafeastrology.com. It's free. All you need to know is your time of birth, day you were born, and where you were born. And you'll get all the other placements, which helps you dive deeper into the bigger picture of yourself, your situation, and your life, really, the energies. Hi, Lucy. All right. So this is Gemini. You get Queen Esther. I'm going to put it on Lucy. What? My Lucy. Do you want to say hello? Huh? Oh, come here. Oh, I can't help myself. Why are you being cute now, huh? Just hold on, guys. Okay, there she is. There you are. Show off your shirt, Lucy. Doesn't she look so cute? Hi, Lucy. Hi, girlfriend. Say hello. That face. Hi, pretty girl. Okay, let me continue this. All right, you want to sit in my lap? You can sit in my lap. Okay. All right. Ready? All right. And if I happen to put this card over here, guys, it's because I am filming on YouTube as well. So I have my phone and my laptop. So again, I apologize. And again, my hand, sorry, it's my thumb. Oh, that hurts. All right. So Gemini, you got Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Who she is. Esther represents the powerful combination of feminine intuition and divine timing. Esther was a Hebrew orphan born with the name Hadassah. Raised by her cousin Mordecai, she lived with the Jewish community in exile in Persia during the 5th century BCE. Mordecai became aware of a plot against Jewish people created by the king's chief minister, Haman. Using her brilliance and her intuition, Esther came up with a plan to save her cousin and her people. Her beauty had caught the attention of the king. So when his current wife, Vashti, refused to come to him when called, Esther seized the moment and the king chose her to be his wife. Then Esther didn't wait for the king to call her. She prepared a large banquet and then called for him. Once he was fully in love with her, she revealed that she was a Jew and that Haman had plotted to kill her people. The book of Esther in the Tanakh or the Hebrew scriptures is known as the scroll or the Megillah, and it is read twice out loud, once in the morning and in the evening, during the festival of Purim to celebrate the memory of Esther's brave actions. Her name is derived from the word meaning bright star, or morning and evening star. This is the name she grew into when she courageously trusted her intuition and used its divine timing to save herself and her people. All right, hold on. Almost done. When your soul selects this card, Gemini. Okay, so the fact that you got this card, it represents the ego has a timetable that the soul couldn't care less about. Oh my goodness, Lucy, stop. When we are feeling stressed or threatened in some way, fear can be exceptionally loud and can inform the ego to work overtime in trying to get something accomplished or to manipulate something to happen. The natural flow of energy that's always at work behind the scenes, the universe's capacity to assist us, then gets blocked. When we are in service of love, we are following the dictates of our soul. And when the ego is in service of the soul, divine timing ensues. Esther mastered this art, even under extreme duress. She listened wisely to her soul. She became a queen by letting her love for her people inform her feminine intuitive powers. This is her imperative. Trust that everything is aligning in divine timing. Trust your soul voice, Gemini. Soul voice meditation. What do I intuitively know will happen in divine timing for me in your intention? My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So, Gemini, this card is asking you to ask yourself, what do you intuitively know is going to happen in divine timing for yourself? And the intention you need to set is say to yourself, my ego is in service of my soul. And I trust my soul's divine timing. So, Gemini, this is saying that you are aware of something that you're going through in your life right now. It's going to apply to you guys differently, and it's going to play all out differently in everyone's life. Lucy, lay down. Lay down. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Oh! Jody. Okay. Are you still there, Jody? Or did you leave? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Hold on. I gotta do this right. All right. That's better. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. That works. All right. I gotta take this glove off. Oh my goodness. Okay. Much better. My thumb. All right, guys. So Gemini, let's do this. So that card's asking you, Gemini, to ask yourself, if you are aware, if you're expecting something to happen in divine timing, and what is it exactly? Like, what outcome are you anticipating to happen in your life, whatever situation you're in? And it's also asking you to kind of downplay the ego into your soul, saying that, and setting the intention by saying your ego is of service to your soul, and you trust your soul with divine timing. So it's really your soul that is the master of the ego, rather than the ego being the master of your soul, because a lot of people can definitely get confused between the two. The ego, I'm not going to lie, guys, it's to protect you. Yes, it's a lot of people do have egos that they don't. It's hard to break through that. It's anyone's ego, really, but it's a protective mechanism that we all learn when we're little. So, but to actually, to actually sit there and say out loud, and even looking in the mirror by saying this, that my ego is of service to my soul, and I trust my soul with divine timing. So it's like you're giving your power to the divine, really, and you're actually saying, it's kind of rewiring your program, if you think about it, because our ego can definitely lie to us as well, saying that it's in control when it's really not in control. This is actually a good way to help rewire your brain to know that ego isn't the one that's being served. It's the ego that's doing the service to your soul. Oh my goodness, my dog. Hold on, guys. Hello? That's good. I just heard a knock. All right. Sorry, guys. That was really weird. I just heard like a knock. I know my dog was at the door, but I really just heard a knock. That was weird. All right. So if you can differentiate between your ego and your soul and who's really in control, then you've already gotten past the hardest part of this. So, all right, Gemini, let's continue into this. Let's see how this ties into your reading for the next 24 to 48 hours, Spirit. What does Gemini need to know, Spirit, for the highest good? All right. All right, Gemini. Six of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Blessings. Six of Swords. God's plan versus your plan. Page of Pentacles. And then the advice. Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries, Gemini. You don't have to be. Or this could be somebody like a father figure. It could be spirit saying, seek advice from a father or parental figure. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups, the Death card, and Three of Wands. Interesting. All right, so Gemini, just with these 3 cards alone, you could be dealing, all right, I'm going to name the signs. You could be dealing with the Scorpio, strong Scorpio, Aries, Aries or Sagittarius. All right, now I'm going to get into these cards individually, but for the next 24 to 48 hours, Gemini, I strongly feel there is a certain person. This isn't your energy, Gemini. I'm not getting your energy from this at all, from these 3 cards. This is the backstory. So what it's telling me is somebody is actually really trying to either apologize, number one, because of an ending that's already happened. You definitely have long history with this person, but there was some sort of ending, Gemini, with a specific person in your life. They are trying to come through and apologize, but then it's like they go from the Page of Cups to the Three of Wands. And that's kind of like polar opposites in a weird way. So the Page of Cups is actually a person wanting to approach another person to apologize, to offer some sort of emotion, to say, hey, I'm sorry. Is there anything that I can do to fix it? Then it goes to the Three of Wands, which is not approaching somebody. It's actually expecting good things or a thing or a person to come towards you. So there is a person, Gemini, that's going back and forth whether or not to approach you because of an ending. There definitely is, with the Death there, it's not a bad card. It actually represents transformations, and it does rule Scorpio. So like I said, you could be dealing with the Scorpio. You don't have to. But there has been a lot of changes in this one connection, Gemini. A lot of changes already that's taken place. It's not the beginning of it. I strongly feel it's like in like a little past the middle part of whatever transformation this is. But this person is going back and forth whether or not to say, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I want to help out. Or, hey, I care about you. Can we be friends? Or something, to them actually not wanting to approach you and expecting you to come their way. Yeah, that's so. If that resonates with you, Gemini, then you'll know this message will be for you. So, all right, now where you are right now, Gemini, you have the Six of Pentacles, and where you want to be, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And it's interesting because the Oracle was all about divine timing, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition for divine timing. Now, for the next 24 to 48 hours, Gemini, you could be dealing with the Libra actually too, because this is somebody that actually does charity work. This is somebody that's a giver, not a taker. But this person also, when they do give, they make sure, even if it may be a little, it's balanced, because you see the scales that he's holding, right? This represents Libra. The scales, it could represent a legal situation as well. But I'm not picking that up at all. Not anything legal, for the most part, at least. I'm just seeing that you could have come into some money, Gemini, recently. Maybe you got a loan or something, but it was like a big sum, but not a steady sum, if that makes sense. So it was one like payout to you, whatever this was. And I do see you giving to people, but making sure everyone is equal, not trying to favor one over the other. All right. Now, where you want to be is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is all about destiny. This is a major arcana card, which represents something like a major event in your life that's out of your control. You have no control over this situation. So what is the Wheel of Fortune? The Wheel of Fortune is an event that that's destiny, that's good luck, that favors all that stuff, money, and karma as well. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you have to sacrifice something in order to receive something. So in order to get something that you want, you do have to keep in mind that, again, the scales have to balance. Like, but I do feel though, Gemini, that where you want to be is you could even be wanting to, you could be questioning your life purpose at this time too, Gemini, with the Wheel of Fortune. You could be in some sort of like phase in your life where you are questioning your life purpose, what's destined for you, what are you supposed to be doing, what contracts did you sign before actually being born. I do strongly feel that this is what you're questioning yourself, Gemini. Now, the blessings, oops, you got the Six of Swords. Now you get two sixes. Sixes aren't bad at all, actually. Sixes represents the lovers. In tarot, the lovers is the sixth card of the tarot. And six also represents harmony, recovery, happiness. Now, the Six of Swords, this is actually moving from turbulent waters into a karma waters, leaving behind what was once chaotic, moving into something more emotionally stable, because the water represents emotions. The swords represent communication, but the swords are pointing downward. So it's as though you're not communicating while you're traveling over the water. You know, this is actually interesting because I think this is the only card of the suit of swords that actually the swords are, well, no, the Seven of Swords too. They do point down. So this isn't the only card. But what it's telling me, where the swords are pointing down into the water, it's as though you've held in a lot of emotions, really. And the fact that you're moving forward now and you're distancing yourself emotionally, you're detaching is what it is, with the swords pointing downwards into the water. You are detaching emotionally, whether it's physically and emotionally, or whether it's just you're detaching yourself, Gemini, emotionally. And because of that, that's going to actually, that's going to bring the good fortune your way. When you detach yourself, this is the blessing. Moving on. So you need to, okay, if you're in a situation, Gemini, where it's been very hard for you to leave behind a certain person, whether it could be friends, a lover, family members of some sort, or even just your hometown of general, I strongly feel When you physically move on, I do feel as though even a home, like buying a new home for a lot of you, I do see you actually relocating. And if you do that, it's going to bring in a lot of blessings for you, Gemini. I really am picking that up. But you need to, in order, I'm not saying you have to do this, but the energies I'm reading with this is if you actually relocate and leave behind all this chaos and wanting to clean space in order to invite new space and healthy space from the universe will give. But you need to learn to clean out first and foremost, because the universe is never ever going to overgive somebody. That's just glutton, right? So you need to do it yourself, Gemini. Um, Now, hold on. You have what was the last? Oh, yeah, the advice was okay. So, God's plan versus your plan. This position is the Page of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting. You do have two pages. Pages could represent children, it doesn't have to. I feel, Gemini, I feel like people could be could have been taken advantage of your kindness in a way, because the Page of Pentacles is kind of like the learning stages of either accepting offers, knowing how to negotiate wisely and smartly, um, accepting offers your way as well, wise offers, making wise choices, really. I feel there's something that's gonna happen, Gemini. If it doesn't happen within the next 2 days, it's gonna happen. I do feel it will happen by the end of the month. I know the intention is only for 2 days max, but I don't know. It's gonna play out all differently for each and every one of you. But anyways, I feel what God has planned is a lot. How do I word this? It's a lot more stable. It's not like a nervous energy, I feel like where you're in the Six of Pentacles, I feel like the sky is kind of like, compared to the Page of Pentacles, I feel like a Gemini, this is the energy, and I never get this from this card until now, but I feel like you're operating through an energy of fickleness, of just wanting to kind of get people away from you and just giving to them, knowing that they'll stop asking you, or just not wanting, just knowing that they're only entering, they're coming around you just for one thing. And because you're assuming that, you end up continuously, repeatedly give them, and it's like they just keep on coming back expecting you to give more and more. But now God's plan, you got the Page of Pentacles. So this is learner. Like, this is you learning about one thing. This is not a fickle energy whatsoever. There is going to be a shift, Gemini. Within the next 2 days, there will be some sort of shift. You will feel it. You definitely will feel it. Because this is actually, I really feel this is what you've been wanting, Gemini. And the reason why I say you will feel it is because the Wheel of Fortune does represent shifts and cycles. Shifts and cycles. And the fact that the blessings, you got the Six of Swords, that's moving on, leaving behind chaotic people, places, just even leaving behind an old self or a certain identity that you don't want to be anymore. That could even represent that too as well. But that's in the blessing position, the Six of Swords. So when you, my God. So you, okay, what I'm getting from this, Gemini, you need to take control with the Emperor, or this could be a father figure, or this could just be a parental figure. But this is, all in all, it's the Emperor rules 4 kings, okay? King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and King of Swords. He rules all of the kings, okay? It takes all 4 kings to be an emperor. This guy is someone that is looked up to. He's a provider. He's a giver. He does show a lot of stubbornness though too. And like I said, this could be in Aries. Doesn't have to be. You could be in, this could Spirit simply be advising you, excuse me, by saying, Gemini, take control of your life, because that's what the Emperor does. The Emperor comes in, takes control of anything, any project, any situation. So Gemini, if you want a positive shift and you want people to stop nagging at you, you want to stop having your kindness be taken for granted, there is going to be I feel like there's going to be a certain situation where you're going to be kind of forced, even if you don't move on from troubled waters or you're not planning to. I really feel, Gemini, that this could be an energy where the universe is actually going to do it for you. And you're not going to have any heads up. You're not going to have any idea until literally like when it actually starts to happen. And when this does happen, this is where your blessings will come in. And this is where either your life purpose, if that's what you're questioning in life, what is your life purpose? Why are you on this earth? What did you come here to do? Or if you want a new home as well, Six of Swords is also about relocating, buying, moving from one place to another, or it's moving on from a relationship, or it's leaving behind people that weren't doing they weren't serving you well anymore. They just weren't cutting it. You know what I mean? Either way, Gemini, it's very hard to read these energies, how they are, because of the Wheel of Fortune. And that is a major event. It's not really to take lightly. It's not just a card. It's a major event where you have no control over this, but it's a positive major event. So the advice that Spirit wants you to move forward with is the Emperor. Embody the Emperor's energy. The Emperor is also masculine. We all have feminine and masculine inside of us. Even men have masculine and feminine inside of them. But people can have more than one, more than the other. So, but I feel like this is Spirit saying either, number one, really get into your masculinity, get into your masculine side, Gemini, whether you're a female or male, because the masculine is just go, 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 give, 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 do. And they just don't stop. Or this could be you seeking advice, or I gotta ask what this is about, because this could be about a parental figure. I don't know. It's one of the two. Spirit, can you clarify this for Gemini? Clarify this for Gemini for the Emperor, Spirit, please. Who is this Emperor for Gemini? Gemini. One more shuffle, Spirit. Who is this Emperor to Gemini? You got the Two of Wands. You got the Ten of Wands. One more, please. Four of Cups in reverse. So there's some sort of missed opportunity, whoever this Emperor is to you, Gemini. Where is it? Okay. So clarifying the Emperor for the advice position, Gemini. Who is this Emperor? So this is somebody that is actually coming back around from going within. This person was definitely in a hermit mode. They isolated for quite a while. I feel like this is somebody outside of yourself. If not, then it's just simply saying to take control of your life and let destiny take course, and it will. But either way, I feel whoever this Emperor is, I feel like they were a burden at one point, maybe. They carried a lot of weight, or you could have been carrying a lot of their weight as well. And with the moon, I feel like the universe doesn't want, honestly, the universe doesn't want, when the moon shows up, it's just, it really is the universe saying, we don't want you to know this. It's being hidden from you for a reason. Or it could represent somebody that was very secretive, somebody that was very deceptive to you, because the moon does represent that. And the moon is also a feminine energy, whereas the sun is the giver, the masculine. So this is somebody that really has been in, I feel like, more of a feminine energy. This could even be you, Gemini. But whether it's you or somebody else, You got the Hermit reverse, clarifying the Emperor. This is somebody, if it was upright, this would just simply be saying, all right, yeah, this Emperor has isolated from you, has withdrawn from you, Gemini, to be enlightened, to gain some sort of insight, new knowledge, but it's reversed. So this is saying that they've already done that. They've already gained what it is that they've been learning, trying to know or seek. And they have that insight, and they're coming back into your life to tell you whatever this new insight is, or new perspective. And you got the Three of Wands reversed to the Two of Wands upright. So I feel like this person or you literally is making a choice, or has already made the choice to stop expecting you to go to them. I feel like, because where the Three of Wands is reversed, that talks about someone turning their back, giving up on expecting anything or anyone to come towards them. And where it's next to the Two of Wands, that's somebody that is at a crossroads, or needing to make a decision, and a quick decision in regards to something that's very important to them. Because where the guy has the world in his hand, you could be the world to this person, or this person could be the world to you, Gemini. I don't know. So my advice, if this is somebody else, then let them come to you. They will come to you. And if you don't feel as though this is somebody else, Gemini, this is spirit just encouraging you and advising you to take control of what it is you want in your life. If you want good fortune, you need to start being in control of yourself, of your home. If you're a parent, maybe be more like, maybe discipline your children a little bit more, like from like the old school way, like taking a child's phone away, really. Like things like that nature. Okay. All right. Now on to Cancer. I'm sorry if that was very confusing. It was actually, wasn't really confusing. It was a direct message, but I just didn't know how to, I don't know. All right. Oh my God. Sorry guys. Hold on. Oh. Hi, Kelly. You're back in. Jody, are you still here? All right. All right, Spirit, for Cancer, for the next 24 to 48 hours, what can they expect? For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, Cancer. Four of Pentacles reversed. Judgment reversed. Hierophant reversed. Wait a second. All of these, do I have the deck upside down? Yeah, I get to shuffle again. I had the deck upside down, so they're all going to end up coming out reversed. All right. For Cancer Spirit, Sun, Moon, Rising. And look what just popped out, Cancer. You represent the moon. This is your card, actually. This is one of your cards, this and the Chariot, actually. So what is this? This is you not wanting to... This is you being very emotional, being secretive, holding feelings in as well. I feel... Hold on. I don't want to speak too quickly. Hold on. Where do you want to be? Ten of Wands. So you do want whatever it is you're feeling to be dropped, really. It's too heavy for you. With the Ten of Wands to the Moon, it's too much for you. It's too much. It's really adding stress to your life, Cancer. Blessings. Seven of Wands. Interesting. God's plan. The world. Advice. King of Wands. I gotta clarify these guys. All right. I hope you guys can see these. I don't know if you can, but... All right. All right. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's start off with why is the moon here for Cancer? What is this moon about? You got two major arcanas, Cancer. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or you could be dealing with another Cancer yourself. You don't have to, or Scorpio. Did I say that already? I don't know. All right. What is this moon about for Cancer Spirit? For the next 24 to 48 hours. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Cups. Then you got the Seven of Wands, but it's in reverse. And you got the Seven of Wands right there too. Interesting. Yeah, letting go. Two of wow. You could be seeing 777 Cancer. Because you got the Seven of Pentacles too over here. And then you also have okay. Clarifying the moon. Let me start there. A lot of you Cancers, I feel, have been extremely... I'm trying to think of a... either one of the two could be your situation. You could be involved with someone romantically, or you could just be involved with someone when it comes to your family, like being very close with them. But kind of it's kind of, I don't know if this is like a codependent energy or if it's them depleting your energy, like taking, like kind of like sucking your energy in a way. Or maybe, like I said, it could be you being codependent on them as well. So it could work both ways. Take it how it resonates. But I feel that there is some sort of attachment when it comes to you being independent. And because of this attachment, it's only prevented you, and it's only preventing you from being in an independent energy. Now, the Eight of Cups is all about walking away from what is not making them happy at all and trying to find what does make that person happy. So I feel like this is you, Cancer, being secretive to someone in your life that I feel like you're trying not to hurt their feelings. Maybe it's a parental figure, maybe it's somebody that you definitely love unconditionally and that loves you unconditionally is what I'm really getting. But I do feel that you do acknowledge this codependent energy on another, but I do feel like you are going to be walking away from this. And it's kind of like you're not going to have the need to fight for yourself or stick up for yourself. I don't know why. Wait, hold on a second. That doesn't make sense. Why is the Seven of Wands reversed, Spirit? Why is this reversed? Two of Wands upright. The Hanged Man. Ace of Swords. Yeah. This is like cutting through the bullshit, cutting through the crap, getting clarity on something. Especially with the Hanged Man, this is all about gaining a new perspective. And then you got the Two of Wands. So, Cancer, you've made a decision in the recent past, I feel, that has to do with you communicating what it is that you actually want in your life. That, like, it's you seeing things actually from a bird's eye view. I'm really picking up. I feel like you guys are actually coming more in. Okay, now that I've clarified the Seven of Wands in reverse, you guys are actually coming more into an independent energy, whereas in the recent past you weren't in that energy at all. You had to actually go on your own little quest, per se, to see what actually made you happy, Cancer, rather than making someone else happy. You were actually trying to make yourself happy, which is not selfish at all. And because of that, you've become less guarded. You've become not so argumentative, excuse me. And this all has to do, it's all happening because of you making a choice in order to move forward in your life. You knew that you had to change your perspective. You knew that you needed to communicate what it is that you wanted in your life to whoever this person is. I don't know, but I do feel as though it's like a family member. All right. Now, what you want, your main focus is the Ten of Wands. This is all about the potential that you want out of this situation is you not having to carry all of this responsibility, you not having to break your back for someone else, you not having to take others' responsibilities, you wanting to just drop all of this seriously to the ground and not having to worry about it ever again. That's your focus, Cancer. Now, the blessing is the Seven of Wands, and I do want to clarify that. Oh, wait. Seven of Wands in reverse. Not having your guard up. Learning to have your guard up. Oh, I think I know what this is about. I think this is about you. You are going to be learning about boundaries, pretty much. You knowing when to put your guard up to certain individuals and when not to have your guard up to certain individuals. To kind of have that balance. What is the Seven of Wands for Cancer Spirit, please? There you are, the Chariot. But it's reversed, so that's something that's come to a halt, not moving forward in life, leveling up. Get the High Priestess, because you needed to follow your intuition. Because of you not following your intuition, Cancer, you've been stuck. And the High Priestess is also an energy of you keeping things to yourself, you not telling other people how you feel about certain things, and that's only kind of hindered your own growth in a way. So, hold on, one more, please. It's too many. Then you got the Five of Cups. There is a sense of hope, even though you are beating yourself up, Cancer. You still have a sense of hope within you, and that's very good. You need that. And if you feel hopeless, I do have a strong need to tell you you need to you have a lot to actually stay and remain hopeful for. But the blessings, Seven of Wands, it's like sticking up for yourself. I feel, Cancer, when you actually have your guard up, but not in like an abusive like power play type of deal, but like when you stick up for yourself in a way that it's like you teaching people what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate, what you will accept and what you won't accept. When you are in that energy, Cancer, that's creating healthy boundaries. That's teaching people what you will accept and what you won't accept. That's training people how to really treat you. All right. And I do feel that yes, you are, or you could have been facing some sort of regret. Like I said, you beating yourself up. But I feel like, especially like right now, if it hasn't happened already, it will happen within the next 2 days. That's my intention for these readings. You could have came across too aggressive, for instance, which kind of you could have withdrawn your own energy, regretting like thinking to yourself, why did I even do that? I'm only hurting people, rather than like helping people. I'm only hurting myself too in the process of it. But I feel as though, like I said, if it hasn't happened, it will happen. That you are going to overcome this sense of hopelessness and feeling regretful, especially when it has to do with keeping things to yourself, keeping secrets, keeping things really within yourself. You're too much emotion, like, and that's how anger forms. And I feel like when you are actually faced with this and you actually acknowledge that you can't keep things in within yourself, it's only going to harm you, especially with the chariot reversed. That's like not moving forward at all. And this is what this card represents. It represents your sign, Cancer. So the fact that you're not moving forward because of keeping secrets or some sort of hidden knowledge, which has only created a sense of regret, I really feel that when you actually start sticking up for yourself, Cancer, and you actually start believing in yourself again, I feel like there's a sense of there's a weird, like, there's a very depleted energy here of you not believing in yourself. So I feel like the blessings, this is your blessing. So when you actually come into this energy of you believing in yourself, you fighting for what you believe in, who you believe in, you defending yourself, you sticking up for yourself, you getting your point across, really. It's a very, very like aggressive card it could be, but I really feel the need, like, this is you kind of, you're entitled to speak how you want to be treated. And everyone has that entitlement, including you, Cancer. But when you are in that energy and that energy becomes of you, that's when blessings are going to come in. That's when you are going to start to, I feel like you could be, honestly, you could possibly, instead of like moving to a different home with the chariot reversed, you could be doing interior designing. You could be wanting to change up your house or your room. I don't know if you're aware of feng shui, but I'm really getting that, like, even if you don't physically move, I feel like maybe even that feng shui would help your energy to allow only positive, to clean out. I don't know why I'm getting that message. All right, now moving on. God's plan versus your plan. You have the world, and the world is all about completion. The world is all about completing a long freaking cycle. So God wants you, or it could represent travel as well, but I'm not getting that. Or the internet it could represent, but I am picking up his plan was and is for you to actually complete a cycle the right way, all the way, and you are going to come out of it a lot wiser. Now, is that aligned with what you have been wanting? Well, you've been wanting the fact of you carrying everyone's responsibilities, everyone's stress, and you being stressed, you carrying other people's problems, you carrying their weight. You've been wanting to just drop all of it. So that kind of, in a way, Cancer, does, well, I feel like you got a little way to go to be correctly aligned. Now, your advice is the King of Wands. This could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It doesn't have to be. This can just be simply spirit advising you. If you want this cycle to end of you not sticking up for yourself, if you carrying other people's problems, if you having to teach people over and over and over again how you want to be treated, then you need to take action. You need to live up. You need to live up to this part. You need to take action. The King of Wands is somebody that's very confident, takes actions. He could be an entrepreneur, but I don't know if that's what you are or not. Doesn't have to be, but it's spirit advising you. Be confident in everything you do. Never shy away. Always take action. Don't withhold yourself and kind of halt yourself to a stop, especially with this Chariot in reverse. And I feel like a lot of you Cancers have been halting your own progress to some degree. So yes, that is your reading, Cancer, for the next 48 hours. All right, on to Leo. Okay. I think I'm going to take my phone up here, guys. Sorry. I'm just getting very uncomfortable. And then we'll go on to Leo. Hi, Lucy. Break time, guys, if you want to go on a break. I'll be right back. I will be no more than 5 minutes.